I started this 10 years ago, where I would be at right now would be incredible. I'd have every single one of my goals fulfilled with, financially, monetarily. I'd be able to pay off a couple of cars. I would have been able to finance my entire startup. And just knowing where I could be 10 years ago, that's the people that I would talk to about it. And that's the people I've actually talked to about it that are interested in it too. Without having a path, I didn't really know whether I had a financial problem or not. I was able to make ends meet. I was able to pay my bills and go and play golf and entertain myself and have some money left over for savings. But I never really thought that I actually had a problem. And then I started digging in deeper where I wanted to buy a new car and I wanted some extra money for the business. I wanted some to figure out where I could find money for, for bigger life expenses. And that's when I noticed I did actually have a little bit of a financial problem. Not that I was, underwater or anything, but just if I needed a large sum of money, where was I going to get that? And so that's where I started kind of digging in deep and trying to figure out, what am I going to do? How am I going to, save for retirement? How am I going to have, enough to buy another car without having to finance a lot of it? Or if I wanted to buy a rental property, where was I going to get that money? So that's where I started understanding, hey, I'm not on the right path and I might actually have a financial problem here in a little bit if I don't figure things out here. Since when I first contacted you, I was super excited. Let's delve into this. Let's get into infinite banking. I'm headstrong about it. And you actually put the brakes on that. You really wanted me to get a grasp on what I was getting into, because it's not just something you can just dive into and be headstrong about. You actually have to understand it. You have to know what you're getting into. You suggested a couple of books for me to read, write down my questions, and then come back to you with those questions rather than giving me all the topics and answers right away. You wanted me to do my own research and do some studying ahead of time, because it is a mindset, as you said from our first conversation. It's not something you just fix right away and you can just become your own bank. It's a way of living. It's a mindset. It's a change in monetary and financial mindset. And the fact that that was your first conversation was kind of an eye-opener to me, because most times people are like, oh yeah, awesome, I have a product to sell you. I'm going to sell it to you whether you understand it or not. But you gave me that, hang on, let's take it down. Let's actually walk through this step by step. So you telling me, hey, let's talk when you've actually done some research on it was kind of cool. And I never thought of that. That was just a mind-blowing experience, figuring out your money has to lie somewhere. It might as well lie in a place that's making you money and you're actually prospering from it as well. Honestly, where I am financially, I have more confidence now with the fact that I understand I have options out there, that I don't just have to go for a savings account. I don't just have to go for stocks and bonds. I have other options. And when I want to make a big purchase, I'll have that opportunity without losing a lot of the money that I've already accumulated. And it's the start of becoming my own banker, which I never thought would be possible. I'm not giving away my interest rate or my payments to anyone else, to a bank. I'm actually giving that to myself. I have that confidence knowing that the growth that I'm going to have in this system and in this concept, it's going to take me further than where I was before. I've actually had people ask me about finances lately. They see me a little bit more confident with money and with, just my future outlook on financial, growth and stuff. And so they've asked me,